The latest opinion polls have confirmed the Bligh government is in serious trouble. The Premier has conceded the LNP is in the box seat to take power at the next election. But what would a Liberal National Party government look like? One of the biggest points of difference with Labor so far has been the emphasis on agriculture, with the promise to set up a standalone department. The government has responded this week by announcing a fast tracking of new laws to protect high-quality cropping land from mining. We'll soon be speaking to the opposition's parliamentary leader, Jeff Seeney, about how the LNP will deal with conflicts between miners and farmers. But first, this report from Peter McCutcheon.
Mining versus agriculture. It's a difficult balance. And tensions are rising in this part of the central Queensland Highlands as well as on the Darling Downs. The Queensland Premier this week offered a solution.
The Queensland Government will be the first government in Australia to legislate to protect our best farming land from mining activity that would prevent it from ever being used as farming land again.
Anna Bligh announced a fast tracking of so-called strategic cropping land legislation to come into effect later this year.
There is no other state that's ever done this. It is a brand new area of law reform.
4% of Queensland has been identified as possible strategic cropping land, and 2 areas set aside for special protection: the Darling Downs and the Central Highlands. The new legislation is a policy challenge for LNP leader Campbell Newman. The former Brisbane Lord Mayor is well placed to become the next Queensland Premier and has attempted to position his Liberal National Amalgamated Party as the friend of agriculture in the midst of a mining boom.
The ALP think agriculture is yesterday's industry. We, on the other hand, and the United Nations know that it's absolutely critical to our future.
Earlier this year, Mr Newman visited the so-called Golden Triangle in the Central Highlands, where farmers are fighting against a proposed underground coal mine. This mining project, run by Bandana Energy, has been given an exemption from strategic cropping land legislation.
Bandana is a project that was right on the cusp of getting a stage of its environmental approval done at the time when government announced its policy in May. The call we made was that that mine could only proceed if it went underground and if there were very strong standards around rehabilitation, and we will legislate those standards.
We actually have nowhere else to develop cropping land. This is the ideal areas to keep.
Farmers in this region are angry with the Queensland government, but have mixed views on whether a Newman-led LNP government will make any difference. Do you think Campbell Newman has raised expectations that there will be a change with the change of government?
Well, he has, but he's sort of done it in a way that we don't really know.
I've lost hope with Labor, and Campbell Newman basically gave us hope back that they were working towards a plan for long-term future.
So he has raised expectations here?
He has, in a big way. We're expecting a lot